just had a little bit of a moment, and he decided to just hop on and let you watch him cook in real time. All we did was click on this. We haven't read it yet. Coach ain't looking at the screen. So, to tell you what I know about Blue Chips, I spent $20 of it on it for a DVD copy, even though I already own the VHS. I'm obsessed with this movie. I have seen Blue Chips countless times. I think it is an all-time classic sports movie. I'll take it over any given Sunday, even though that's an excellent film as well. Very, very few movies on the list Coach thinks can go toe-to-toe with Blue Chips. Now, he does really like the story. He does really like the soundtrack. He does think it's well acted. But I also believe we have never, ever seen better play in a movie. The basketball being played on the court in Blue Chips is phenomenal. The story is that they were playing real ball. These are big name players. These are big name coaches. These are big name commentators. I mean, they absolutely nailed the immersion of Blue Chips. Sorry for coughing. But Coach just loves everything about it. Just a phenomenal movie. But anyways, moving on. Let's look at the screen. Okay, Blue Chips 94. So that's 4664 coding. We don't know how that plays into our Hoosiers. Oh, I didn't tell you my theory. Okay, so what we were looking for is Coach had his little moment, okay? Wouldn't it be something if Indiana has been playing it mostly straight this whole time? They've been doing things the right way, even though they were this big program, you know what I mean, like overachieving, like they were the standard for basketball. They were the epitome of basketball perfection. No one since has touched the 76 team period. We're not even having a discussion on it. As many teams that you might say be more talented, all that sort of stuff. 76, technically better. They would have done anything to win it. That's their identity. They don't lose because Bob Knight will literally kill every member of the team and their whole family if they do, right? So it just wasn't an option for them. Bob Knight had all his dogs on a leash, ready to tear apart any opponent that stood in their path. That is just a reality. I don't care what anybody else says. And I'm not some big Hoosiers fan, right? I'm just telling you that's what that 76 team was. That's the read Coach gets on them. So now I would love to see them go up against like maybe like 90s Razorbacks, something like that. There's definitely some teams that would give them some runs for their money, all that sort of stuff. But it's just the best team. They would always find a way to be perfect. That team was never going to lose. I truly believe that. So as far as oh yeah, my theory. So Indiana's been playing it straight this whole time, right? I don't know if that's true. I want to look into their like NCAA history, see if they have a bunch of violations or something maybe I'm missing. But I like to think they've kept it squeaky clean this whole time. And they tried to rebuild the honest way after Bob Knight. You know what I mean? And he finally dies. They don't have that hanging over them. They got all, these guys want to craft their own identity. Like, did they make a little deal with the devil? And for just one time, just to get one title, they pay for 3 players. So we're trying to nail these motherfuckers to the wall, just like in Blue Chips. No shit, bro. I'm dead serious. This shit's like for real. This one's the one. We're trying to catch 3 players. We know we're fucking dirty. We need our Shaq, we need our Penny, and we need our Ricky Rowe, right? We gotta find Butch McRae and Neon, right? We gotta figure out who these motherfuckers are, and we gotta call them dirty the second they fucking sign it. Before that ink even hits the fucking pad, we're saying we know that they're getting these 3 players, and they're buying them. Period. Ain't nobody topping that shit, bro. Come on. Coach is the man. Come on. All right, let's just see what they got for us. I know Coach's getting ahead of himself. Hopefully they got something for us. I'm just saying. What a movie that would be. Okay. So like I said, we know it was released in '94. That's okay for us. We're not jumping overjoy. We wanted a little bit more money. I meant to point out more of like the box office stuff lined up for Hoosiers. It was bananas. All like 76 coded and shit. Crazy stuff. Like backwards and forwards. I got like a couple of them. There was more, I promise. I do that with most of the stuff. There's a lot more in there. We only get about half of it. I focus on the big ones. You know what I mean? There's other, like, sometimes it'll be, like, the biggest one, like, just assume you're going to see it and call it out. So I hope a lot of people use their eyes when they read this and use their brain. So anyway, let's see. Man. Tony. We need to find out who Tony is right now, too. Who's getting the shaft out of all this? Who's going to lose minutes to Butch? That's what we need to find. And he's already dirty, but Indiana don't know it. We need to figure out who's shaving points on this Indiana team. That's how they're going to go down. We got them on a twofer. They're going to shave points this year. One player's going to shave points. They're going to act like it's just him, but we know that's bullshit. And then they're going to buy 3 players that we know was actually bought by the NCAA and the government. Coach cooking on this one, right? This ain't no fucking World Series or Super Bowl we're talking about. I like the Browns real good. That's nice. This is different. This is undeniable corruption. Anybody can get lucky. Anybody can say those things just happen. Those players were on the team, right? It's not like Bailey Zappi couldn't just happen to get in the game and go bananas. He's good enough, right? It could have just happened to have Hard Knocks, right? You call some shit like this. You fucking call 3 dirty players coming out in a big scandal they're making movies about and everything before they've even hit the fucking pen. And you're calling it spade for spade, just like, and they're going to win the whole fucking thing. And they'll win the whole fucking thing. That's the difference. They don't have Bob Knight there to say this isn't right and quit after 2 wins or something, beating the number 1 team. They're going to keep going. And it's going to be ugly. It'll be the ugliest win. They're going to be so imperfect. They're going to be dogs. Like, I can't even explain. Playing, I got to use my words carefully. They're going to be like those guys on the court you don't want to play with that ain't passing when they should. All right? They're going to win some games. But these are 3 guys, 2 of which are probably going to go straight to the pros, and the other's going to get injured and go play overseas or something or work on his farm. They got a homegrown Indiana boy. You bet that shit. There's a Larry fucking Bird right now sitting in fucking French Lick or some shit, ready to fucking explode. And the Celtics are going to be drilling all over him. There's going to be all this hype, and his fucking knee's going to explode. You watch. Coach found Ricky Rowe. Matt Nover. This one's kind of tough. He's only been a 1. All right, coach isn't counting on Penny Shacker. Oh, I'll bet Ricky dies. We're going to take a look at Ricky Rowe for sure. But Nick Nolte is 83. He'll be 84 right before the March Madness tournament. Nick Nolte, star of Blue Chips. Boom. So coach likes that. We don't want to spend a ton of time here. We don't really need it. We want to really go over to Ricky. Ricky's probably younger. We're hoping he's in some sort of window for us where he can do us a solid and give us a tip. And also Nick Nolte is a much better, more accomplished actor than whoever played Ricky, right? Like, Nick Nolte isn't only known for Blue Chips, but they could definitely run the headline on ESPN. So that's why I like it. Coach is scrolling super fast, like he said. He's not really super interested in this. We already got just enough. The birth year, he can, 1984. That nobody's gonna fucking bat an eye at that, right? We all know that's a good one. You need coach for 84. That's why he didn't bother with it. So we're gonna go over to Ricky. Coach found Ricky Rowe. Matt Nover. This one's kind of tough. He's only been in 1 movie, and it was Blue Chips. We like that a lot. We also like from Indiana, 6'8", 68, born in 70. So he'd be 56. I don't know what that does for us. 55. 55. I almost feel like they wanted something stupid like 55. I wish I could remember them all. Let's see. He's 54 right now. So he'd actually be 56 or 55. We got a little bit. Let's just keep it rolling. Maybe we'll get lucky with something easy. Sometimes you overthink the numbers and they just tell you something. Not with this guy. So maybe we're looking for a Portuguese player. Maybe we're not looking for an Indiana homegrown. So that's going to make it tougher. Our Ricky Rowe is either chilling in French Lick on a farm, banging fucking 30-footers all day when he's hopping off the tractor, or he's down in Portugal or over in Portugal, you know, getting paid, you know, getting laid in the shade, and just chilling. But we know he's 6'8". We know he looks the part of a Larry Bird, at least on the court. He's going to have a mean jump shot. We can guarantee that. We don't know how much else he gives you, but this kid will be able to shoot. We are narrowing it down to two people. Who's the best fucking shooter in all of Indiana, and who's shooting the lights out in Portugal right now. That's it. It's one of those two guys. Coach really needs you to listen up on this one. He knows he's right here. He knows exactly what the fuck is going on in Indiana. As insane as that sounds, less than 24 hours from Bob Knight being, you know, he found out that Bob Knight's dead. So, like, you just keep that in mind when you realize, like, when, you know, when shit's going forward. Like, if you want to figure something out, you ask Coach what's going on. He'll be happy to help, right? But enough of that for now. Let's get down and dirty with these fucking Hoosiers. They're the smelliest, stinkiest, corniest fucking team I ever fucking smelled my whole life. That football team is dirty as all hell. They're about to. Coach told you they were going to beat Ohio State. He didn't know us because they bought their fucking players, and they've been buying their players. That team's been dirty. Been dirty, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. Coach is telling you they got a whole roster full of bought, dirty, corrupt players about to turn pro. They're all, and like, this is keep in mind, they're actually paying players now. Indiana's doing something extra. It ain't just what we know about. Indiana's giving bonuses, y'all. I promise that. And the football team been doing it. It's the friends of the program. Okay? The friends of the program been buying Indiana football wins, and they're finally about to get their big one. I think they're winning the whole thing this year. Okay? And then Indiana, they get Indiana basketball. They probably get bounced in the first round of the tournament or something like that, but they're still trying to do it the honest way. They got a good coach there right now. I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, he's probably a really good guy. He's probably a legendary coach. He probably deserves a fucking win. He may have even gotten a win at some whatever school, you know, way back in the day or something, or a few, right? But he's been doing it the honest way. But there's a guy on that team who he loves and who he's done everything for, who is stabbing him in the back in his shaving points right now. And that's going to kill this season for them. Then they're going to see the success of Indiana football, and Coach is going to take the bait. And he's going to get the next Shaq, who's probably coming out of the military or something like that. This is why he's off the radar. Like, he had some crazy growth spurt out of nowhere, just like Neon. And we already know Ricky, right? But then they got Butch McRae, okay? And to let you know how much Coach loves blue chips, his NBA 2K player name is, like, I make the player like the shortest you can make him and the skinniest, and his name is Butch McBuckets, right? And Coach goes off, dunking handfuls, right? So, and drilling fadeaway threes, all that sort of stuff, crossing them up. So, not the new ones. He still likes 2K16. But moving on. Anyway, we need Butch McRae. He is going to be almost certainly a New York basketball point guard phenom who is tall, who is athletic, who is probably at some sort of prep school. And there's a lot of people who want this guy. He's just not at the very, very, very top of the list like he should be, because he's probably, you know, like I said, there's just something, like, I don't know. It's like he's special, but he's not, like, completely once in a generation. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a really, really nice piece, right? And then Shaq's just not on anybody's radar. Same with Ricky. So, but those guys, like, I can't say not on anybody's radar. They're blue chippers and all that sort of stuff. But like, well, Neon's one on anybody's radar. But just trying to get bought by Kansas, Kentucky, all the big schools, right? Or Duke, anything like that. They all want a piece of them, right? But Indiana's going to pony up the money, right? And it's right in his backyard, so why not? Let's go win a title, right? But their coach is going to get fired. He's going to quit. He's going to quit. And I think they're still going I need to watch the end of Blue Chips again, but I think they're still going to win the title. It certainly matched up with our coding, but it's with an interim coach. And there's going to be a big reporter, right? Who like exposes this. He's like hot on the trail, all that sort of stuff. Coach is going to be the guy exposing the reporter, yo. To let you know, coach is always a layer deeper.